Yo, 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 what's up, and players? Doing? Happy Friday. Nice to see you. We're back again with another live stream. You look good, you look sexy. High five, high five. Good work. Oh, what do we got going here? What do we got going on here? We got a little bit of, Give me 1 second, y'all. Let you know how ghetto this really is. Can't we start a live stream without having any feedback? Where's that window coming from? There we go. Gotcha. There we go. Gotcha. Okay, so how you guys doing? You look good. Let me know that you're in the house by dropping something into the live stream chat. Please drop something in there. It's over. Boom. What's up, dog? It's over. It's just getting started. Just getting started. See? I'm just getting hydrated. I love when the show starts off with that. That's the very first thing that always starts. It goes, it's over, right off the bat. Okay, so it's April 24th, 2020. Hope you guys are doing well. It is another day, another dollar, another live stream. I want to just say thank you to everybody who has been checking out the live streams on Gab as well as on YouTube and everybody from Twitter. I want to say thank you so much for supporting me. I changed up my Twitter bio, so now you can see all the times that I'm live streaming, and I am live streaming Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., and then I do a late night Friday, 10 p.m. live stream, and then on Sundays, we go 7 p.m. It's like our evening church, so check out all the live streams so that you can keep up with everything that's happening in the world, in my life, and learn about how to be a better person, a better version of yourself. Let's get to the top. Let's ascend. Let's get to enlightenment. I also drop normal videos on my YouTube channel, about 5 videos a week, give or take. And it's great. I'm a comedian, I'm an artist, I am a host, and I am a YouTuber. We're making the most of our time in quarantine, because we won't always be in quarantine, everybody. We're going to be out of here soon. We're going to be back out on the streets, pounding the pavement and making things happen, shaking hands. No more of this. No more of that. That's going to be a thing of the past in the future. We're going to be touching each other, rubbing each other. There's going to be all sorts of hugging going on. But right now, I'm getting prepared for when it's time to go back, building my brand. So subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not already done so. Subscribe! Ooh. I've been making changes, you guys. Big changes. One of the big changes is I am making a new series of videos. The new series of videos, it's white pill. White pill? White pill. Do you mean Vicodin? Nope. Do you mean aspirin? Do you mean calcium, magnesium, zinc in a capsule? I don't, but that's a good guess. I'm talking about it's the flip. It's the flip side of the black pill. I am going straight positive. Positivity is the way. That is what we do here. If you want something negative, you got to go to another channel, because I'm not a negative guy. My name's not Nancy. I'm not a negative Nancy. I'm not a negative Nancy. If anything, I'm a caring Karen, or maybe a chatty Kathy. Sometimes they call me a talkative Tim. But hey, sometimes people do a lot of different things. Let me check back in this live stream. So you're going to hop on one of those YouTube live streams with a black pill YouTuber? Oh, Darkest Night, DK. I don't know. How do I do that? Do I just call them up? They have like a phone number, and I just say, "Hey, man, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller, and I don't agree. I used to be black pill, but now I'm not. Now I'm white pill." Is that what I do? I mean, is that what I do? Because if that's what I do, I'll set it up. I'll do it. I don't know if are they really doing a lot of live streams? Is that stuff really happening? I got a popsicle. I like a good popsicle. I recommend these. God, I can't remember the name of the company. These are 15 calories a piece. No! It's melting. It's melting into my computer chair. No! 15 calories a pop. So you can actually take these at the end of the night when you want to have something sweet. You just had a hardcore workout. You just moved 1,000 pounds of weight. Doing a lot of those deep squats you guys like to do. You do all that stuff, right? You want to treat yourself, don't you? And you're not PMOing. You're not doing any of that kind of stuff. You're not smoking crack. You quit that. You quit that about a week ago. But you need something sweet. So what you do? You have a popsicle, and you got one of these very, very low sugar. I think maybe 3 grams of carbs. But we're really watching out for our caloric content. And then at the end of the day, guess what happens? Yeah, I mean, you can't have a ton of these popsicles. You might have, these have been melting a little while. I like to take a shower, brush my teeth before I do the live stream. So I like to look pretty for y'all. So I kind of like let them sit on my desk, and I let them melt a little bit. Let them get a little soft, you know what I mean? And then I come out and I start going after the popsicle, right? That's how it tastes good. But the point is, you're not going to have more than 4 of these. You just can't. You can't just eat. Your head starts hurting. You get a head freeze. So this is the thing. 60 calories. Popsicles. You enjoy them. You watch Rick and Morty and you enjoy a popsicle. And then I could have had a large apple. Boom. Large apple. More calories. Also, not good to eat apples at night. Google it. It's not good for your digestion to eat apples at night. I say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, not at night. You want to eat your apples earlier in the day. I wouldn't eat an apple past like 7, 8 o'clock at night. Oh man. Oh, that's cold. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh. What's going on here in the live stream? God, my head hurts so bad. Oh geez. There is no. Okay. Yeah, you call in. Darkest Night. Yeah, you call in. The Darkest Night. Face and LMS MGTOW Dictionary does call-ins. There's a lot of them. Or you could comment in the comment section for an interview. Darkest Night. Ramadan's today. I was thinking about fasting, but I'm trying to gain weight. Might not participate in it. Are you a Muslim? Are you a Muslim? Because if you're a Muslim, you should go Ramadan, bro. But if you're not a Muslim, then yeah, don't do it. You're not a Khabib Nurmagomedov if you're doing that, bro. Khabib's fasting. Khabib's all day. Ramadan's today. Ramadan's for a month, dude. It's not just today, obviously. Obviously, you know that. You know that. Dude, I have another popsicle in here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not trying to make it like super popsicle podcast here, but this one's, oh, dude, I didn't even know. There's pineapple in the box, because these are all tropical flavored, and I didn't even know there was pineapple till yesterday. I got halfway through the box. But I guess I opened it from one end, you know? I'm going to drop the popsicle. Oh, Jesus, not again. Not again. This is like a OnlyFans, but better, because I have a popsicle, and I'm not getting naked. I dropped the popsicle into my energy drink I drink every episode. It's going to be good. You can see the stick floating in there. You see that? All right, what do we got going on here? I can comment for an interview. We're saying that my family is more agnostic after the black pill. I'm more agnostic after the black pill. Yeah, sure. So that's the one thing I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose spirituality. I didn't even think that spirituality or religion was important when I was younger. Not at all. A lot of people that go to art school, they're marching to the beat of their own drummer, and they do things a little differently. So in art school, you don't find a lot of people going to church on a Sunday, even though the studio's open in the art building. You don't find a lot of people that are in fraternities and sororities in art school. So I was not too different. I was never part of a fraternity or anything like that. the thing was, I wasn't super into religion because I felt honestly like the gathering aspect of it always seemed just boring. That was really it. I had occasionally been to a church where a there was a rock band set up in the church, and it was more contemporary, I think is the term. Like, they have these rock churches, and I gone there and it was kind of cool, and they even had like Christian rap. Like, they have some like Christian rap where they're rapping about like Jesus or something. It could be better, you know. I could kind of get down with that, but that wasn't the norm for me. So I gravitated away from religion, and then I remember talking to one of my girlfriends in college, and I just told her, "Hey, I don't think religion is important. I don't like spirituality." But now that I'm in my 30s, I've actually wanted to get much more into spirituality, and it's making me feel so much better. Oddly enough, oddly enough, and it's not like I'm pulling out the Bible. As a matter of fact, I actually got rid of one of my Bibles. I had two Bibles. I got rid of one of them because I was like, I don't need two. I didn't get rid of it like I threw it away, by the way. I wouldn't throw away a Bible, but I put it in my box to give away. But yeah, don't leave the religions, bro. Artsy people are more to themselves and have their own beliefs. Or yeah, I don't know if we can make a blanket statement, but that seems to be somewhat true, doesn't it? They think differently. They definitely think differently because they say it's left brain. No, they say it's right brain. I'm sorry. They say it's right brain, the artistic personality. If you want to go A B, left right. I meditate. I'm somewhat into spirituality. Yeah, spirituality is the way. It's not gonna hurt you. That spirituality is not gonna hurt you. The religion can hurt you. I mentioned this the other day. I mentioned this just yesterday about how certain religions, they their vibration was actually at a frequency that was much lower than you would have imagined, but it's because like the religion like was responsible for a lot of death, a lot of destruction. Hey, we got two viewers. Thank you, other viewer out there. I appreciate you for checking it out. That means a lot. Thank you so much. You rock. So let's get into our opening topics for today, and then from there we'll move into some other stuff. Just so you know, I'm your life coach. You don't even know it. I'm your life coach. I'm Tim Trueheart. I'm your life coach, and you don't even know it. Some of you are like, "You're my future ex-life coach." Aye, 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 aye. So anybody can be Clark Kent. Being Superman, that's what's hard. We're trying to be super people, the best that we can be. That's what we want to do. We need to become the best we can become. There's something about needing and wanting, and we need it. We need it. We need it. We gotta have it. It's ours already, but we will make it happen. We gotta be committed, though. Gotta be committed. It's important to be committed. And when you commit to something, you make a full commitment to things. You're not just involved. You've got the breakfast, you've got the eggs, you've got the milk, you've got the bacon. Well, you know what? The milk came from the cow's involved. You've got the eggs came from the chicken's involved. But that bacon came off the back of that piglet. The pig is committed. The pig is committed. We got to be committed, not just involved. You're not just hanging around orbiting your goals. You're going after what you want, going after what you're trying to achieve. You're getting after it. You're on a mission and you're trying to achieve something big. I want to be clear that you can do well if you set your sights on something attainable and break it down. You break your goal down into progressively smaller and smaller steps, and then you just take one step at a time. The journey of 1,000 miles was taken one step at a time. And when we do things one step at a time, We make progressive changes that accumulate into a big change. Remember in Spider-Man, the one with Tobey Maguire, when his aunt was like, are you doing okay in there? Is anything changed or something like that? She says something like that, right? And then Tobey Maguire like looks down into his pants. He had like just got bit by Spider-Man. Like he had woke up he just got bit by the spider. And then this was like the next morning after I guess he had went out. And then she's like da 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 saying stuff. And then he goes, change? And he looks down in his pants and then he goes, big change. The glasses, he was like, the glasses he didn't need them anymore. His vision like went 20/20. We make progressive changes over time, and then we make a big change. Ultimately, we make a big change. Giant breakthroughs, those aren't common. Game changers, not common. You're always online, you're looking at stuff, they're like, oh, this is the game changing way to develop into a BAMF. A BAMF. You're gonna do it. This is the game changing YouTube video. It's gonna wreck the internet. You're gonna be different. That's not how it works. From time to time, but it's not common. Let's see what's going on over here. Live chat. Everything has life force. Trees, plants, etc. You can feel the life force the Earth has when you walk through it alone. Darkest Night. Base Pluto is a black pill channel. He is less depressing one, and he talks about white pill and leaving USA. He would be more than open to talk to you. I feel you two would get along. I know Base Pluto. I checked out Base Pluto. I listened to the replay of one of his live streams 2 days ago, and I haven't subscribed to Base Pluto, but maybe I have. But I listened to him before. He's a cool dude. Yeah, he's a cool dude. Maybe I'll talk to Base Pluto. All right, Darkest Night. Maybe I'll talk to him. We got to continue with the positivity right now because this is the good stuff right here. This is the stuff that you should be paying me for. Not even you should be paying me for. Should I? This is valuable. This is worth it. So I was saying these breakthroughs, these game changers. Yeah, they will come from time to time, but they're not common. You can't be on the lookout for game changer after game changer. That's like when somebody is trying to win money by betting on something. Whereas you'd be better off investing in a stock, which is like a bet, I know, but it's not the same thing as betting $100 on the Nets, that the Nets are going to beat the Knicks, right? But they're going to beat them by 20. That's a bet. And those kind of things, those things can pay off really big, like a game changer would. But the best bet is to put in that steady effort over time, because that's that dollar cost averaging, and that's that long run. Because you can get a little better each day. Sometimes people are just like, oh, I'm just gonna get plastic surgery, and then all my problems will be over. I'm just gonna get liposuction. I know 2 people who've gotten liposuction. 2 people, not just one. And I'll tell you the truth. One of them got fat again. They gained the weight back. Fun fact: they didn't gain the weight back in the spot that it got sucked out of originally. So it's like this. They had the gynomastia. That's also known as bitch tits. That's like the term, okay? I'm not making it up, right? It's when guys have like boobs because he's fat. So then he has the cosmetic surgeon, and they suck out all the booby tissue, the boy booby tissue, and then he's got this nice flat chest. His chest looks dope, right? Pretty good job. A little bit of scarring. Don't like the scarring. What do you say when you go to the beach and somebody sees a scar on your chest, and they're both symmetrical scars on either side of your chest? Yeah, I got bit by like a shark. They're like, you got bit by a shark, like symmetrically? And they're like, oh, they were twins. What do you say, bro? So with that being said, when he gained weight after the fact, he gained like the fat, and it was distributed the way that his genetics would naturally distribute weight gain. But because like he'd lost it there, it didn't go right back to that spot. So there was some value there, but it was like all the time and the effort and everything. If you had been just exercising, you would have developed some more healthy habits that would have stopped you from re relapsing. That's my assertion. That is my assertion. I'm gonna check Base Pluto out. I'm definitely gonna check him out. I'd be willing to debate the brother because he seems like a pretty chill guy. He was super like I would listen to his video log, and I would well his live stream, and he was so intense. Like he's not super intense, but he was like intense, and I could tell he was just like, she doesn't like you, it's time to move on. He was talking like that. I was like, yo dude, you're so on it, bro. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate what he's doing, because why not? Why would you not appreciate somebody who's out there making good stuff? Also light skin and his dreads like me. Yo, yeah. I'm older than him, and then he's also shorter than I am. So uh, he's also using concepts like based, right? Like he probably likes based God and stuff like that. I'm sure he likes based God, obviously, right? Obvi, bro. Obvi. So I'm growing this channel, and I'm feeling really good. Yesterday I mentioned that I got 3 new subscribers just yesterday, and then today I got 2 new ones. So that's really good. I got one when I woke up this morning. Boom, new subscriber. That was cool. I didn't even think that was going to happen, so that felt great. And it might have been a fake account because when I clicked on the person who followed me, I say follow, I mean subscribed. But I do a lot of Twitter, so I get the words mixed up from time to time. I conflate them. And they didn't have anything going on, really. They had a few subscriptions, but they didn't have any content or anything, so it's kind of like, it's bittersweet. I like real people to follow me, real people that really want to check out my message. But that's good. I had to be happy for that. And then I literally asked somebody that is one of my followers on Twitter. I said, hey, I DM'd them after like we had a nice back and forth. I said, hey, could you just subscribe to my YouTube channel? I'd really appreciate it. And then they did. And that's cool. I don't ask for what I want. I need to ask for what I want. Because people don't know. They don't know what you want. They're not telepathic. Not everybody's walking around like Jean Grey and Professor X. Is based Pluto a black pill type? Anthony Trueheart asked. He is. He is. He's not. He's not sad panda as much as some of the other guys. And the other thing that I like about him is that he is, well, he's African American, which I appreciate because I can identify with his point of view. I think that's really some of the big things. Anthony Trueheart. No, Darkest Night. Yeah, based Pluto is Black Pill. Anthony Trueheart. If so, please do not ever talk to that mofo. I watched some pill related content yesterday and went down a dark hole I never want to go near again. LOL. Ha 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 ha. Anthony! Dude, thanks for checking out the live stream, bro. I'm glad you're in the chat. Darkest Night. Yeah, you see? Yeah. See, Anthony? No, you see it's truth. It's the dark truth. It's uncomfortable. He laughs about the black pill. Anthony Trout, please distance yourself from any pill related shit as much as possible from here on out. That's Anthony talking to DK, the Darkest Night. You guys, this back and forth that we've been doing day after day is one of the things that live chatting is all about. And I think that we're learning from each other. I think that we really are. I want to tell you, Anthony, it made you grossed out? Okay, Anthony just said, no, it made me grossed out. Well, you did learn content and information that you didn't know about, for sure. So this is my point. Well, before I get to the point, I went down a black pill rabbit hole last night too. The thing about the black pill, and I was trying to get away from it. This is the thing about the black pill. It is insidious. Insidious. Are you familiar with Star Wars? It's it's Emperor Palpatine. That's his name, right? Emperor Palpatine. He was Senator Palpatine. He's Darth Sidious. He's insidious. It creeps into you, and the darkness will pull you in. Fuck all that talk. It's uncomfortable because it's true, said Darkest Night. Darkest Night continues. This is what told you days ago, Anthony. That's what happens when you get exposed. Anthony Trueheart. It's uncomfortable because it's embarrassing to learn how weak and bitch-made people are out there. Okay. These guys are suffering. These guys are suffering. The incels particularly are suffering, and I feel bad for a guy who gets rejected and is unattracted to women. I feel bad for them. That's a thing. There are guys that are ugly and they never get women and they try, and I do feel bad for them. I do not feel bad for guys who then quit working out, quit trying, and flip over the checkerboard and say, I don't have to take this. I'm going home. And then they grab their ball, so now nobody can play ball anymore. And then they walk home and they're like, we were playing a game of pickup basketball, bro. Come on. I don't I don't respect that. That's the thing. It's the attitude that I don't respect. And it's the dissemination of the negative vibes that I dislike about Black Pill. I can see the points. The points are there. The points are fine. But the attitude is the insidious aspect of it. And the attitude is a crab-like attitude that pulls people down. Anthony, I'm only here to tell Timmy how whack it is using this time to talk about this whack shit. Dude, totally. Well, you heard what I just said. You heard what I just said. I was I was telling I was telling DK about some other things. We were talking a little bit about looking for ways to be successful and focusing on day-to-day building and growth, and not trying to just find some sort of game-changing thing on the internet. That's not what's going to help you. See, the far better response. This is actually the research that I've been doing all morning, and I'm going to get to that now. So let's check this out, you guys. So this is the thing. The best alternative is the best alternative to all the sadness is to take responsibility for your feelings and try to neutralize your negative feelings. So the thing is, the person, not just the black pill person, people are afraid of something. They're afraid of something. They're afraid that they're not gonna become what they want to become because they're not good enough. So if you can not try to repress your feelings, because that's what people do, they repress their feelings. If you acknowledge that, like, man, I'm scared I can't become a professional comedian, and that if that means I can't become a professional comedian, I'm not a good person because and then you're like, well, wait, you're saying that because you're not a professional comedian you're not a good person? And then you start to think about your own thoughts, and then you're like, I guess. And you're like, well, I mean, how many people are professional comedians? And then you go, 1,000. And you're like, 1,000 in California? And they go, no, and probably the whole world. And they go, there's 1,000 in the whole world? Do you mean to tell me that anybody who's not a professional comedian is not a good person? No. So so then you can start to like analyze that stuff, and you can kind of neutralize your feelings. And that sounds overly simplistic, but that's actually helpful for surrendering to the negative emotions. It's like, oh my God, girls don't want to date me because they think I'm ugly. Do all women think you're ugly? Is it just right now? Have you done anything to help yourself? Do you always wear garbage clothes? There's a lot of different variables. See, a lot of it's escapism, and it's avoidance of your inner awareness. So you know what makes you feel bad. You know these things. People know things make them feel bad, and yet they keep subjecting themselves to the very same thing that's hurting them and their soul. If it makes you feel bad and it's hurting you internally, you get away from it. Your emotions are part of your human mechanism, and your emotions are there to tell you to operate in a certain way. So if you go near somebody and they always make you angry, you need to avoid them because their behavior causes that in you. If something makes you scared, there's probably some danger there. If something makes you sad, you don't go to it all the time. If someone's dying, that's different. But these are there for us to use as guidance. Anthony Trueheart. DK wants me to accept that mindset. I will not, and I do not want anyone trying to make me understand their weak ass approach to life. Sorry, DK, not into that cornball shit. Hey, yo, for sure. And you don't have to be. And this is the thing. I am not going to ever accept people that give up on themselves into my close circle. It's not like I won't have to work with somebody like that that's going to be beside me in the next cubicle. There's definitely people who aren't black pill, who are just blah. They're just blah about life. So that's going to be there no matter what you want to call it. I have to I have to interact with them. I don't have to break bread with them. And I won't. I won't either. Because that stuff, as I said, it's insidious. See, what I think is, I think that you can become addicted to certain emotions if you don't have other emotions that are stronger and more positive to offset them. It's like that with a lot of things. You can be like, there's these guys that I've seen it in the show Barry. You know the show Barry on HBO? It's got I can't. I think it's not Ed Helms. Gosh, the guy on the show Barry is really really cool. He was on Saturday Night Live. He was one of the funniest guys on SNL. He plays not a serial killer. He's a contract killer. He's an assassin character, right? And basically, he was hanging around with these Marines, and these Marines were they were like, yeah, I want to go kill these. I want to kill these Guatemalans. I want to kill these Guatemalans, dude. And the Miss Marine guy kept calling Barry on the phone because he knew that he was gonna do this, like, he was gonna do a raid. And he was gonna like kill a whole bunch of dudes so he could take like all their money and their drugs. And then the Marine guy heard about it and he just wanted to be in on the heist, right? So then he's like, yeah, I really want to kill those Guatemalans. And he just kept saying it, right? So that dude essentially was kind of addicted to anger and violence, right? So what happens is you will become addicted to like certain emotions and certain frequencies unless you have something, because that's a low frequency, right? If you can avoid that, you can become addicted to positive frequencies. Nobody is mad at anybody who's addicted to love. And when I say love, I don't mean the romantic serial monogamy type of thing where it's this Disney princess love. This Hugh Grant love, this 1980s like music video, rock ballad love. I mean love of life, love of love of love of life, right? So nobody gets mad at that. No, nobody gets mad at people who are um, willing to do their like willingness. Nobody gets mad at people who are operating in the idea of willingness, or they're operating in the idea of reason. It could be a little annoying, but nobody hates that. Those are much better frequencies. You need to become a disciple of a better doctrine if you are constantly in a low frequency behavior. That's the number one thing for everyone. But you have to be aware of where you're at. A lot of times we're not aware of where we are. See, the real source of stress, right? It's internal. It's internal. It's not external. People want to believe that their problems are coming from outside of themselves. Your problems are not. I'm sorry, my chair is really crazy right now. Your problems are not coming from outside of you. I said this yesterday. Your problems are coming from your reactions to your problems. That's where your problems are really coming from. So 10% of life is what happens to you, 90% of life is how you react to it. So when you are reacting to certain 10% external stimuli and you're reacting in a you know, what Anthony might say is a bitch made cornball way, it'll only hurt you. Because that's the other thing. The Stoic philosophy is nobody cares about you anyway, right? Like nobody cares about you anyway. So then it's really up to you to not bitch out. Not bitch out on any of that stuff. So stress is internal, it's not external. People believe that it's coming from the outside and it's other people's projections onto them when it's really not. So the more ready we are to react with any given negative emotion, that more that is a reflection of the emotion in us. So when somebody starts tripping out and acting like angry about something happening, they are actually they're actually filled with anger before the thing even happened. They were already filled with anger. That's in them. It's a reflection of how much is already built up inside of them. Because, like, for example, I know somebody and they get mad at everything. Everything frustrates them all the time. That's not because everything's so frustrating, because we can have this person in a group of 3, 4 other people and everybody's fine, and then something happens and then that person gets mad. And everybody else is like, why are you getting so mad? They're not getting, the thing is, they're surprised because it's not that upsetting to them. It's because that angers inside of that person, and that's why they react with it at all times. See, the fearful person sees the world as frightening. The apathetic person sees that there's no use to anything in the world. And what we hold inside of us, that's what colors our worldview. That's what colors our lens. When I was smoking weed all the time, I didn't want to do certain things because I knew that I might not be able to get high before or after I did it. I wouldn't even want to necessarily go hang out with certain people because I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to be able to get high so that I can then like hang out with them, and then I can't hang out with them all day because I need to get high like after like 3 or 4 hours because I know I'm gonna need to get high again. And then just weed gave me a green lens. It really colored my worldview. So like it's like this. The basic rule is that we focus on what we're repressing. We focus on what we're repressing. So if you're repressing anger, then things will make you angry. If you're repressing love, well, yeah, it's not like that. It only works on low frequency emotions. Okay, so like it doesn't work like that. So like if you act like you don't care about anything all the time, it's because like you don't care about yourself. If you think that everyone is evil, it's because you have some sort of guilt over something. So we focus on what we've repressed. So that's like kind of like the thing. So if you only see your failures with like business and fitness and like relationships, then you're gonna see the whole world as rigged and negative. Okay? So you're trying to lose weight, trying to lose weight, trying to lose weight, you can't lose weight, right? You're gonna see the world as a whole bunch of fat loss schemes and fad diets, and all the guys on the covers of the magazines are on steroids, and that's because you see your failures. You see your failures in yourself, and then you project them onto other people's successes. So your stress is accumulated. It's accumulated like the repressed pressure, and suppressed and repressed. It's all your stress. It's all from in there. It's all inside of you. That's what I'm saying. It's internal. It's not external. The magazine ain't doing anything to you. The people are mad at J Lo on the internet, and J Lo doesn't know they exist. That's not coming from, like, J Lo didn't do anything to them to make them upset. They're upset from inside of them. It's so funny, man. Oh man. Darkest Night. Let's see what you got going on here. Anthony, it's funny you call me that. Anthony called him a cornball. It's funny you call me a cornball, but if you were in this and seen it, you would say those things. It's just your blue-pilled mind rejecting reality. You're still in red pill rage because you never went through it. You're still in red pill rage because you never went through it. I don't. Oh, you. Who's in red pill rage? DK. Is it me? I don't think I'm mad, bro. I don't think I'm mad. Can you elaborate on that, DK? I'm gonna continue. So this is not even just for black pill. This is the thing, everybody, and like I don't want my channel to be all about black pill. It's not all about black pill. It's really not at all. The ideas that I'm saying, like right now, it's all about letting go of our bad baggage, letting go of our baggage. I'm still a truth seeker. That's the truth. I'm a truth seeker. I want to find the truth. And so far as I can tell, negativity is not the path to enlightenment. It's not. If you can, it's not. It's not. So I want everyone out there to let go of your negative feelings and your negative emotions that are in your life. Let go of your negative feelings and your negative emotions in your life. If you're and like if you're angry about something, are you willing to let go of the idea that that person meant to make you mad? Are you willing to let go of the idea that that person meant to make you mad? Because they might not have even meant to do it. Can you let go of that? And they go, yeah, I can let go of that. And maybe they didn't mean it. And they go, okay, can you let go of the fact? Can you let go of the idea that, yeah, can you let go of the idea that you have to stay mad? They go, I mean, can you let go of the idea that you have to be mad, that you have to stay mad still? They go, yeah, I can let go of that. That'll make you start feeling better right there. And letting go is simply dropping judgment. Dropping judgment. See, they're judging people. That guy meant to do that, man. He meant to do that, man. He bumped into my car. He wasn't looking when he was driving, and he was just, backing up that rich asshole in his BMW, and he pumps into my Camry, and he thinks he's better than me because he can buy a European car, and I got to buy a freaking Japanese car, and his is a late model car, and mine's old as shit. That guy thinks, that's judging. Let go of your judgments and see that those feelings, their feelings are feelings. People talk about this. They go, man, you all up in your feels, dog. You ever heard somebody say that? You're all up in your feels. And people go, I am not all up in my feels. You're up in your feels. I am not up in my feels. Your feelings are just feelings. That's it. Your feelings are just feelings. That's it. Your ego makes them more than they need to be. Your ego makes you think that your feelings are like real reality, bro. Your ego makes you think that your feelings are the reality of everything. See, let go. Let go. Let go, let go, let go, let go. It's just a feeling. That's it. Your ego's getting to you. Oh no. Let go of your resistance. You got resistance. You got resistance to the feeling. That feeling. You got. So this is what I mean. You got mad. Okay, you're mad, but you can't. So be mad. Be mad then. You can't be mad all day. You're only gonna be if you're gonna be mad. You can't be mad that long. You're gonna get tired. You'll get tired. If you're really mad, you'll get tired, and then it'll go away. But some people, they want to hold on to it. You got to let go of your resistance to feeling the feeling. Just feel the feeling. Feel the feeling. Let go of stopping feeling that feeling and repressing that feeling. Just let it go then. Let it go. Feel the feeling. Let it go, and let go of repressing it. Because the feeling of repression is what keeps you from getting beyond it and moving forward. That's why I say you let go of all your negative feelings. Please let go. Please let go. Anthony, he is rejected it. We have let go. We let go of the fact that we will get a girlfriend. That was DK. Okay. So DK says Anthony's in red pill rage because he never went through any of the challenges of a black pill incel. Okay. So Anthony, yeah. So and that's why he rejects the ideas. Well, Anthony's a freaking Chad. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm not gonna make any. You know what? Whatever. Okay. Okay. So Darkest Night, you've let go of the fact that you and the black pill incels will get a girlfriend. You let go of the fact that she'll get a girlfriend. Okay. 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 So you say that. Okay. Okay. I accept that you say that. Anthony Trueheart. LOL, pull tip. Let go of the desire to help any of these dudes. You don't want your name popping up or being associated with anything pill related on the internet. Let go my ego. Let go my ego. Let go my ego. Uh, you got to check out my white pill videos. I think you should check out my white pill videos. If anybody hasn't seen my white pill videos, they are they're. I'm trying to build a philosophy and like an ideology for people to kind of operate with. Not just, hey man, go to the gym, you know, yeah, like I mean, there's a lot to be said about how to operate for a happy, satisfying life. Not that I know everything, but there's just a lot of ways to operate. Definitely check out my pill talk is the new trolling. I don't know. I don't know if pill talk's the new trolling, Anthony. Come on, man. Did you see my white pill videos though? Definitely check out my white pill videos. There's the one that I made yesterday. It's like less than 5 minutes long, so I shortened it, and it's it's really about positivity. So I essentially juxtaposed everything, and it's about hope, optimism. It's not sexist. It's not really based off of dating. It's about pursuing your passion. This is my theory. This is my outlook. You need to one would want one would look for their passion in life, and they would seek to create that passion into a career. And that career, they would want to be entrepreneurial. I I propose people learn how to be entrepreneurs, and they set themselves up so that they can be financially independent. That is what I recommend for people, men and women. I don't speak to women because I'm not a woman, and I honestly don't dare to assume that role. I think that that's I think that that's actually not sexist at all. I think that that's kind of just right down the line. Why am I telling a woman what to do? I can recommend things to anybody if they want to listen. So you become entrepreneurial, and in that pursuit, you of pursuing your purpose and doing that, you become self actualized. And that is the goal of life, is to be self-actualized. Not really the meaning of life. I'm not telling anybody that I know the meaning of life. Who does? I'm searching all these books on spirituality as much as I can. I don't think I'll ever find it, and I don't seek to find the meaning of life. I seek to live a happy life and to achieve my goals. So that's what I am basically laying out, and I'm calling it the white pill because it's some sort of destination. Now that's the thing about the idea. It has a goal. These other things are most of these things don't have goals. Most of the like if I can give you an ideology with a goal built into it, that's great, right? That's the point, because a lot of these things, they don't have any goal. Yeah. So also that's the I would say that, like, some religions have a goal, and the goal is to get to heaven, right? So okay, now my thing is that the goal is to get to where you're a self-made person. That's the goal. But the thing is, you can do it because people have done it. But you don't even know that you can get to heaven, right? So that's the thing. That's why I built that into it. I dovetailed that into it. Darkest Night. You are true, Anthony. Many channels I've seen have tried to help this community, but we are so far gone that they give up and start making fun of us, i.e., based shaman. Based shaman? Is there something called based shaman? Yo, what is that? Is that like anti-black pill? Goodness. Anthony Trueheart, what's this quarantine shown you about the human psyche in relation to staying focused over the last 5 weeks? Good question. That's a good question. So the quarantine has shown me that a lot of people's mental fortitude is lacking. Now, when I say mental fortitude, I mean their ability to stay in line with what they purport is their actual goal or their actual objective. So people say, hey, I'm going to go on a diet during the quarantine. And then, you know what I see? I see people bringing in a half a carton of ice cream. It starts off and it's like a little one of those things like that, like from Ben and Jerry's. And then the next time I see them come in with ice cream, it's one of those actual. It's like the ice cream, like the ice creams that are like about that big, right? It's like that big. And then about a week later, because that thing doesn't last, then they come in with an actual, like the actual bucket, like a bucket of ice cream. It's like 1/3 the size of what they would have in an actual ice cream parlor. That's one of the things. They don't stick to their word. They don't know how to occupy their time, so that they binge on TV shows, and they even start to watch less and less interesting TV over time. They watch stuff that's like, I know that when I'm doing well in life, I literally watch more documentaries. I've been in points in my life where I'm like running a lot, and then I'm like, I want to have something on, but I'll watch something, and Ancient Aliens. I that's like my That's like when I'm like, okay, I'm watching Ancient Aliens, so I'm not trying to be like stupid, but I'm definitely trying to entertain myself. But sometimes I'll just want to watch something like, God, I like to watch the History Channel sometimes and just learn about like wars in Mongolia and stuff. I really enjoy that. Or I want to learn about these tribes in South America, and I just want to watch a documentary about that. I see that. I see people get emotionally like weak, like they don't want to. They start questioning their relationships a lot, and I guess it's because they don't have a mirror to compare their relationship to another person's relationship, like a colleague they would see in the office. I see people also becoming um, emotionally more and more needy. I feel like I've become a lot more emotionally stable because I've really been exercising a lot more. I mean, I've ramped up my running. I was running a little over 15, sometimes 20 miles a week, and I pushed it all the way up to 30, and it was tough, but my body just adjusted to it. And for me, there's a certain amount of mileage where like once I get that much mileage in, my body just goes, "Oh yeah." And like it starts upregulating my mental functions, my enthusiasm, everything just gets so much better. And it's like my body is designed to do a certain amount of effort. It needs to just be pushed. I need to just push. And yeah, just push, man. Like yesterday, I, this week is a light week for me, but I'm still doing body weight stuff, and I'm not doing so I'm not doing as many miles because I have to taper off this week so that I can actually up my miles for next week. But yeah, oh man, I just see a lot of different things in people. Sorry about the rant. Darkest Night. He made a vid about incels, mostly like a series of Elliot Rodger vids. Oh, Elliot Rodger, blah. Elliot Rodger vids and incels he was trying to help, but he is overly optimistic and feels like he is trolling, and his vids got banned and he stopped. Wait, so YouTube thought he was trolling the incel community? YouTube is so not for people shitting on other people, though. That's the thing that's good about them and also bad about them. He should have just made those videos and then put them on like his God, it's hard because you need a site to hold the video and then you can then share the video to another platform. If you had like a Vimeo, you could probably still put it up on like Gab. Because it costs a lot. It's a lot of money to have the God, what is it? The money to have the bandwidth and then support that on your own site. It's expensive. Anthony Trueheart, agreed, DK. You're too far gone to benefit from the help or positive mindset talk of Tim. So I think he'd be best served using his live stream to encourage people that actually want to grow and make sense. DK, making vids trying to help cause it shifted a negative wave on his channels with incels coming in. He said it's a community that doesn't want to be helped. Making videos trying to help caused it shifted a negative wave on his channels with incels. Coming in, he said it's a community that doesn't want to be helped. I changed my mind on the I don't know. I changed my mind a little bit on incels, honestly. I thought that they were like complete like I really didn't like incels in the beginning. And then I feel like I came around a little bit. I started to like understand them more, and I even tried to make a couple videos on them, like from the incel point of view, like the black pill point of view, and then I ultimately got bust. I just got I just got over the I just got over the attitude, man. DK, Anthony, your points are invalid to me until you actually learn about the pills like Tim. I'm not talking to some blue pill Chad Roan. Anthony Trueheart, he should target people like myself or people that are equally optimistic, strictly. Stay in your lane, per se. I should stay in my lane. A lot of his advice is lost on someone like me because it's catered to weak minded peeps. Oh, a lot of my advice doesn't work on Anthony because Anthony is not weak-minded. Darkest Night. Why help people who are already optimistic? It's about helping people who actually need it. Anthony Trueheart. Trust me, I'm not trying to convince you of shit, DK. I just hope Tim never mentions anything pill related at all again because he attracts whack people. I attract whack people. Oh no! Why do I attract whack people? I'm not trying to attract whack people, bro. I am not. I am not trying to do that. I want to attract good people. I figured that if I went to the place where the incels were, I could help them because they're like kind of already at the bottom, and I figured that I could get my message across with them and maybe help bring them up on my way up. My goal was to come from the bottom all the way to the top. You know, I remain on the top, but I came from the underground, if I could say something rap like. Bass Shaman does this voice that sounds like he is trolling. He gets into this character and makes this dramatic voice. LOL. This dude pulled you right back into this bullshit, bro. Waste of another live stream acknowledging this corny shit. You def do, bro. The wackest others whack. The wackiest others whack. Wackest of the whack. It's icky. Yucky yuck. I'm looking at the live stream just to see what's going on. Okay. We still have a lot of I still have some good info here. Come on, y'all. Yeah, absolutely. So the idea was letting go. This is what the idea was letting go. So well, I'm letting go of a couple of different things. I'm letting go of my emotional trauma from like past relationships. So letting go of my emotional trauma. So that's something that I'm working on. I'm letting go of emotional trauma. I'm letting go of my feelings about how I think and I worry about how other people view me. That's super helpful. That's helpful for everybody to not be attached to the way that people. It's not even the way that people view you. Because remember, people view you a certain way. Yeah, they view you a certain way. That's true. But that's so small. It's the way that you think that they view you. Because so much more of that is in your head. It's internal. So I'm like not even worried about what people think. Because when I'm operating from the point where like I know that like, hey, I've been doing all the things I'm supposed to do, and I'm positive, and I'm loving myself, and I'm loving the work that I'm making. And when I do that, I get on stage and I really feel like I've got my message and I'm saying my message and it vibrates. It vibrates well. It's well received because it's not like I'm sitting there worried about what somebody thinks about what I'm saying. I'm not worried about what you think about what I'm saying. I know what I feel. I'm saying, I'm speaking from my heart and I'm using my mind. I'm using my intelligence and I'm using my heart and I'm good and I'm rooted. I'm rooted. My feet are on the ground. That's why I'm trying to let go of all those feelings. Because remember, the emotions and the feelings, they're connected. The emotions are there to tell you like what's going on. That's what emotional intelligence is all about. And they give you these feelings, but those feelings, those emotions, they're survival mechanisms that the mind believes are necessary. But what happens is we're in a different environment. We're not designed to be in this environment, right? This is all new to us. This internet connection, all this stuff, this is new. There was not the freaking, there was no internet when I was in sixth grade, yo. When I was in sixth grade, nobody had the internet. Nobody had the internet. When I was in seventh grade, one dude had the internet. One dude had the internet in seventh grade. And then I moved to a foreign country. I don't think we messed with the internet again until I was in 10th grade, yo. There was no internet. It existed, but this is the thing. Nobody had it. This stuff is kind of new. I'm computer literate enough, but this is new to us. This is a lot of this stuff is new to us, and we are operating with an old software in a new environment. And you're getting your emotions and stuff, they get caught up in these things that we see online, the culture, the media, and it makes you think and feel things that are not the erroneous feelings and thoughts. Remember, They're just feelings. You got to surrender. So we got to surrender this bullshit, yo. We got to surrender all of these weak emotions. You got to be like, yo, if it happens, it's cool. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. When I always say if it happens, it's cool. If it doesn't happen, it's also cool. That's when like something good happens. When I stopped worrying about stuff when I go in on auditions, I'm so cool. I'm so cool. When I say so, like when I say, hey, could you please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I like push, it never works. But when I go, hey, it'd be really cool if you subscribe. I'd really like if you subscribe to the YouTube channel. It'd be real cool. Hey, thank you for subscribing. And I'm like that. It it sounds like affected, but the only affectation is me trying to let go as I say it. Because a lot of times I'm like, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's like, ugh. Do you get it? Let me say it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Right? And then I'm like, hey, it'd be really cool if you subscribed. Better, right? I think it is. I think you can tell. So we're talking about surrendering. Okay, so let me say this. When we are free, there is a letting go of attachments. Letting go of attachments. I believe in minimalism. I believe in minimalism. I bet I was a hoarder in my past life. I bet I was a hoarder. So we got to let go of our attachments. This is my favorite aspect of Buddhism. I am not a spiritual guru. I like spirituality. I'm just trying to get into it. I'm just trying to get into spirituality, yo. Yo. So like my point is we got to let go of attachments, and that's my favorite thing about Buddhism, because Buddhism is like the letting go of attachments, because attachments cause us attachments are the cause of all suffering, the root of all suffering. See, it's like what the Buddha said. I didn't make that up. See, we can enjoy a thing, but we don't need it for our happiness. We can enjoy something, but we don't need it for our happiness. Now, this is the thing about Buddha. My dad didn't know this. Did you know that the Buddha was a prince? He was a prince. And what happened was, this is the thing, really wealthy, rich people have time. And because they don't have to be out working, right? So that's the thing. Time is the most precious resource that anybody has in the whole world. That's why that's why it's the bad idea to jerk off to porn. Because you're like watching porn when you could be like reading a book, right? It's like, yeah, that's simple enough. It's a very good explanation. That's fine. Easy. So like what happens is, when you're rich, you have time to sit around and think. So this dude was rich and he had time to think. So he was getting very, very philosophical. And then he said, you know what? I'm connected to all this shit. Let me give it up. So then the Buddha says, I'm done with all this shit. And then he goes off, and then he goes on to a journey for enlightenment. And then he can attain enlightenment, because he was already on that path, because he had the time to do it. And then he gave everything up. And because he had everything, and then he gave it up, that made it more likely that he would reach that point. See, that's the thing. It's very hard for somebody who started off poor and in the hood, that sees all the riches, to ever get to enlightenment. Because they'd have to get all the way to the success and then let it go. It's not the same as somebody who was poor and lived in India and they were only ever around poor people, and then but they were spiritual, they could get to enlightenment. But in our society where it's so consumer based, you can't. Not that you can't. Not that you can't, because you can. But that shit's harder. That's that real shit right there. It's hard. But that motherfucker did that. He let go of all of his attachments, and then he got to that point. Because it was about need versus want. Need versus want. If you don't need it, you should be able to let go of it. If you don't need it, you should be able to let go of it. And that will make you stronger. And the fact that you don't need it, makes it more likely that you could get it. Oh, dude, he's serious? That shit is gangster, yo. That is that weird gangster shit. It's a holographic universe, and your brain is a device that is a hologram projecting a holographic universe around you. And things like that are quantumly true in this infinite simulation that we live in. It's crazy, man. So when you start letting go of things that don't serve you, there is a progressive diminishing of dependence on anything or anyone outside of yourself. You don't need somebody to tell you to go exercise. You don't need to be part of a team. Some of the best athletes in the world are solo athletes. They don't need anybody to tell them to wake up at 4. You know that The Rock works out twice before the most good athletes wake up and do their first workout? He's worked out twice. He wakes up and he does cardio. Then he takes a shower, stretches out, then he eats. He fuels, then he does a weight training session. Then it's like 7 a.m. It's the fucking Rock. All right? He works out twice. But you know what? Nobody waking up The Rock. Nobody's waking up Jocko Willink. Nobody's waking Jocko Willink up. He wakes up before his fucking alarm goes off on his goddamn watch. But you know why? Because he's not attached to anything. So then he's not dependent on anybody or anything outside of himself. He's created. You all have a fire. We all have a fire that burns inside of us, but his fire that burns inside of him has been fueled, and it's been taken care of. He's been throwing wood on it constantly and tender and fucking sometimes he'll throw some gasoline on it. From time to time he's got a game-changing gasoline fucking thing he throws onto it. Stick of dynamite from time to time. And that shit allows him to be awesome. These things I'm talking about, letting go of shit, not being attached to shit. These are the same things that Jesus was talking about. Jesus was like, be in the world, but don't be of the world. I'll check with base Pluto, dude. I'll check with base Pluto for sure. Anthony Trueheart, on that note, how do you feel about El Kukui making weight for a fight that he knew wasn't going to happen while in quarantine? Oh, dude. Okay, good question. Okay, I'm gonna answer that one right here. El Kukui, Tony Ferguson. I was running the other day, and I was gonna call my buddy on the phone just so I could be like, Tony, Tony. So he did it. It's just a champion mindset. It's not just a champion mindset, but if I could just be super simplistic about it, he wants to let you know he's ready to go no matter what. He's out there, he's doing his thing, and he also wants to be fortified. He wants to know that he sticks to what he says, whether or not even the boss did it. He's did that like if Dana White's his boss, and then he said he's a company man. Well, guess what? Guess what? Even when the company didn't do it, he still came through. He's more than a company man. He's kind of better than the UFC in a way, right? But Tony Ferguson did. You know that Tony Ferguson was going to fight Khabib, and then he tripped over a cable. There's a job called a gaffer, and they're supposed to make sure that all the cables are like laid down so people don't fucking trip on them. And he tripped over the goddamn cable. It separated his tendon from his bone. And then he couldn't fight Khabib in the 4th time it was scheduled. It was in 2018 in like April. So like what happens is he had to get that shit fixed. And then he had to do physical therapy, right? Rehab, you know? He didn't do it. Not that he didn't do it. He didn't do it with a fucking physical therapist. He did all of it on his own. He took his own rehabilitation and his physical therapy into his own hand. He did it on his own. And he fought, oh God, who did he fight? He fought Kevin Lee. He fought Kevin Lee 6 months after that catastrophic knee injury. He fought him in the a fight. And if Kevin Lee would have won that, he might have been the #1 contender. He might have been next in line to fight Khabib if he would have won that fight. And you know what? Kevin Lee had staff. Kevin Lee lost that fight. And he lost it in the 3rd round. He got submitted. And I'll tell you what, when it got to the 3rd round, he was gassed after the 1st round. Lee was gassed after the 1st round. But at the end of the 2nd round, going into the 3rd round, they show each fighter about to like look at each other like, hey, do you want to touch gloves before we start the 3rd round, like when we come out? And Tony was pointing down at the mat, and he was going, my round, and he finished him in the 3rd round. It was a 5-round fight, by the way. He finished him in I believe it was a 5-round fight because it was the headliner for that match. No, it wasn't. It was a 3-rounder. I'm sorry. He beat him in the 3rd round. He beat him in the 3rd round. Since then, Tony's next 2 fights, Tony didn't even he didn't even get to finish the guys because the fights got called by the ref or by the corner themselves. Tony Ferguson's going to shit in Khabib's mouth, and Khabib Nurmagomedov is a dominant creature. He's a dominating creature. He's not even fully human. He's mostly bear. He is mostly bear. Oh, you already knew that. Oh, you already knew I embraced the need-want mentality. I like having food in the fridge and choosing not to eat for days. That'll teach you what you really need versus what you want. That's true. That's true. FYI, best portion of your live stream today. Once you started talking about positive stuff. Hey, man, I love being positive, bro. Don't waste any more time in looking into Base Pluto. I actually did see him yesterday. I cringed, laughed, then took a shower afterwards to get all his corny vibes off me. Oh, man. Darkest Night. Anthony, you are a insensitive person who doesn't care about others' problems. This is the problem I have with blue-pilled people like you who don't see other people's problems. Correction, he fought Pettis after his injury. So did he fight Lee before the injury, or did he also fight Lee after the injury? Can you check on that for me? Because yeah. Yeah, did he fight? I think he fought Pettis. He fought Pettis after. So he fought Lee. Then he blew his knee out when he was about to fight Khabib. Then he came back and then he fought Anthony. And then he beat Anthony Pettis because Anthony Pettis broke his hand. And then he fought Cerrone, and then Cerrone blew his nose, right? And then his eyeball exploded. And then, I mean, you know, his eyeball puffed up. God, I'm so hungry right now. That made me hungry. Is that gross? God, man. Okay. He fought Pettis after his injury. He called you a douche, Anthony. DK called you a douche. Anthony says, I'm very sensitive. I want the best for all who want it. You do not want Tim's help. You challenge and oppose everything he says and don't want to accept his advice. So what are you here for? Bounce. Anthony Trueheart. He fought Lee before the injury. Okay, so yeah, right. Okay, gotcha. Then Lee talked a whole bunch of shit and said we'd never see Ferguson at his best again. Never, ever count out Tony Ferguson. That dude can take a punch. And the other reason why he can take a punch, dude, this is the one thing. He rolls with punches better than anybody. He rolls with a punch better than any fighter I've seen. You know who kind of rolls with a punch pretty good, though? Yair Rodriguez rolls with a punch pretty good. And I don't like Yair. I think he's arrogant. And that's what I don't like about him. But I probably don't like that about Yair because I'm probably a little arrogant. Right? Isn't that right? Oh, man. Yeah, he really rolls with a good punch. Remember Lee would say stuff like, I see holes in his game. And then somebody was talking about how many times like Lee had gotten like TKO'd. And then they were like, I see holes in Lee's brain. Because of like all the TKOs. Anthony Trueheart. Then he came back and kept on fucking everyone up, which is why he's a monster. He's a Kukui. El Kukui is a monster. It's the boogeyman. Oh my gosh. And everybody knows Tony's a mother freaking monster. Ew. What is that? There's a popsicle stick floating in that I forgot about. Champ shit only. Oh, no, dude, this is the thing, and I think that everybody kind of knows this right now. Everybody knows that. Okay, you guys understand like what cuffing season is, of course, right? So like when it starts getting cold outside, then chicks try to bun up with a guy so that they can stay warm over the winter and snuggle, especially in the cold climates. Now, I live out on the East Coast, like near DC, so that's why like I do know about like cuffing season here. So like Anthony lives in Atlanta, it's a lot warmer, and then my other brother lives in San Diego. That shit is just warm all the time. So they don't have like cuffing season there really. So then you got spring fever. So when it gets warm outside, everybody would actually like right now, people would like to be like starting to wear shorts and getting around and going on hikes and people are like right about it's late April, May, June. People are trying to find that their summer fling. That's supposed to be happening right now, and it's not happening. So dollars to donuts. As soon as this quarantine's over, people are going to be fucking like crazy. Not to mention all the quarantine babies that are going to be born as well. Because people that are together, they're going to be fucking like crazy too. There's going to be some. They said this already. There's going to be some kids named Coronavirus. That's gonna be a girl's name. There's gonna be a dude named COVID, man, COVID. And that might be a southern guy, a rural guy. That might be like a woman, a little girl named Corona. So that stuff's definitely gonna happen. You know what, Anthony? You need to watch Lando Venata. You guys, I mentioned this the other day. Lando Venata is fire, dog. This is the thing. We need to be watching martial artists that are excellent fighters. So, like, first and foremost, dopest martial artists. In like okay, here we go. You got Lando Venata. That's a lightweight, okay? Let's go featherweight. Have you not seen Zabit Magomed Sharapov? He's so dope that I can pronounce his name, and his name is Zabit Magomed Sharapov. Okay, you can't say that. Not yet, but you will. Just you wait. So that guy's awesome, right? Okay, check this out as well. So then we've got another dude, Edmund Shabazian. Edmund Shabazian. So Edmund Shabazian is middleweight, giant middleweight guy, and he's from Glendale, California. He trains under Edmund Tarverdian, who is Ronda Rousey's former coach. This dude will F up everybody. Yeah. Yeah, Lando is good, dude. Lando is doing spinning back fists on Tony. Lando's very unorthodox. He's got great movement. Lando would probably benefit from just improving his cardio more. Lando just needs to work on his cardio a little bit more. And then the thing is, a lot of these dudes that are really like, he's unorthodox in the way where he keeps his hands low as well. Edmund Shabazian is dope. Well, the thing about it is, like, he probably does need to find a better coach. But the thing is, he might be so good he doesn't need to. He might be so good. I will say this: I don't think Edmund. Like, do you think Edmund? I don't know if Edmund Shabazian could beat like Stylebender. See, Stylebender's a monster, bro. I wrote a joke about Stylebender. I want to tell you, this is the fucking joke I wrote about Stylebender. Fuck. If you told your girl Israel Adesanya was a top male model, she'd believe you and say, "Yeah, that male model looks like he could kick your ass." That's what would happen if you fucking told her about Stylebender. Because you're like talking to your girl, and you're like, look at this guy right here. Do you think this guy's cute? And then you show her a picture like Paulo Costa, and then she's just like, what does he do? She'll be like she'll like fake like she's interested. She just like wants to stare at him a little bit more. That's like what the fuck. So like if you show her a picture of Stylebender, she'll be like, yeah, that male model could fuck you up. Oh God. So feelings, okay, we're going to go back into this positive stuff. Feelings come and go, and eventually you realize that you're not your feelings. You're not your feelings, but the real you is just witnessing these feelings. Because see, people are all up in there. They're not operating the vehicle. Your body, you're not your body. Your body is your vehicle. And your mind, your brain is not your mind. Your brain, you're also operating your brain. And then your thoughts are not even your thoughts. The things you think about, your thoughts, that's your mind. That's called metacognition. You got to be there. You have to be operating from a metacognitive spot. This is the real shit right here. I mean, I hope that's helpful. That's real operating like stuff, okay? So what you think is not most of the time what you think, you're thinking some good stuff if you're thinking consciously. But when a thought just pops into your head, a lot of the times, like if it's creative and stuff like that, that's not you. That's the muse. That's the universe. That's something you ate. That's a good night's sleep. That's the innate creativity. That's the thing you just saw. That's that influence on you. It's not even your fucking shit. All right? All that creative stuff. When those things just pop into your head. And then things that you consciously think, that's you a lot. But it's also the collection of the things that you've picked up from your reading, from your YouTube videos that you've been watching, from the books, from the people that you think are smart to tell you stuff, life experience. So that's not even you either. So a lot of the stuff that pops into your head is not you. So the things that you think about that you think about. So that's you. And you have to be operating from there. The thoughts that you think about your thoughts. That's that. That's you. That's you. You got to be there. That's where you operate. Something's happening. It's like it's not even happening to you. It's happening to like your representative. You feel a certain way, man. That's not happening to you. That's happening to your body's emotional response to the stimuli that somebody's hitting you with. You know. Oh my God, you think that my meat vehicle's not attractive? Ah, whatever. Yeah, you know what? You're so insecure in yourself. And you're just projecting it onto me. But it's hard to be way back there operating so far into the back. You know? That's why I try to meditate, because that shit takes you, it makes your body make dopamine. It makes your body regulate your dopamine, and then it makes you make the good chemicals that actually, like the dimethyltryptamine. That's what your body needs to be making. Your ego, yeah, okay, so what was I just saying? Okay, yeah. You become progressively, primarily the witness, rather than the experiencer of phenomenon. You need to progressively become a witness of the life that you're living. Not like you're sitting by and letting things happen, absolutely not. But you are just there, you're just there, and these things that are happening, you don't take them into offense and things like that. See, you're free. You're free. You're free. You don't have to let go. I'm telling you to let go. You don't got to let go. I'm not forcing you to let go. Look at the fear behind the resistance. Why are you afraid to let go? What are you afraid of regarding this process? Are you willing to let go of that? What are you afraid of regarding the process of letting go? What are you afraid of letting go? Are you willing to let go of that? Keep letting go of every fear that arises, and resistance will resolve. Your ego is not your friend. Your ego is not your friend. Your ego is not your friend, y'all. Like in the movie Tron, it came out in like 1982. It's super old. It's 37 years old. In the movie Tron, there's this like thing called master control, and master control is trying to keep you enslaved. Your ego is like master control. You have to circumvent your ego. And when you can circumvent your ego, when you can bypass your ego, then you are not beholden to all of these weird things. Because remember, it's like it's all survival based. But I said it earlier, like the mechanisms and like, nobody's hungry right now, okay? No one is hungry that is watching this. You're not hungry. So when your ego starts getting involved, it's like, what are you talking? Like it's like you're not gonna get laid. You're not gonna get laid. You're not gonna get the promotion. It's like, dude, you're gonna be so fine. Your ego is ego tripping because your ego needs to find something because your ego's supposed to do that. Your ego would not be tripping if you were just out on a hike. This type of shit doesn't happen. Like, your ego wouldn't be tripping if you ran 5 fucking miles hard as shit. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. Most people are too pent up, and they haven't done the physical exertion to regulate all their shit. And then you got TV, you got cultural pressures, you got social media, and all your baggage that you got. All that stuff is a recipe for disaster. I got so much more to cover. I'm almost there. You know what? I think, how long have we been doing this for? It's been an hour and a half. I got 3 viewers in here, 2 likes. Not doing too bad. Let's go check out what do we got going on here in the live stream chat. Edmund Shabazian's good. We talked about that. DK. Whoa. Nobody's wishing death upon anybody. Let's be honest about that. Philosophical shit. Hey, how are you, philosophical shit? What's up? Nice to see you. You think if Darkest Night changed his name to Brightest Day, it would help? That would be fun. That would be fun. Hey, let's do a name change, DK. Name change, DK. Yay, positivity. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. Thanks for checking us out, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, oh, yeah. Okay, so this is the other thing. You need to also let go of your desire for things. So check this out, right? I had this thing where like I thought that if I had a full-time job that I couldn't be a professional comedian. Okay? So a while back I let go of the idea that if I had a full-time job that means I couldn't also be a professional comedian. You see that? Because see, when I didn't allow myself to have that idea, it actually kept me in a lower financial state because I couldn't let myself get a full-time job because if I did, then I wouldn't be a pro comedian. But if I had a full-time job, I'd have more than enough money to support myself and I'd still have free time and then I could really pursue with 100% earnestness and tenacity comedy. Potentially on a higher level because I had like more of a scaffolding. So if you let go of certain things, they will help you if you allow them to. So check this out. Like, I want to be a professional comedian, dude. Don't even want it anymore. Don't even want it anymore. Don't want it anymore. Okay? Because I don't need to want it. I don't need to want that. Does that make sense? There's like there's like a need, and then there's like yeah. I don't need to want it anymore. It can happen. It can still happen. See, that's the thing. It can still happen. I don't have to want it. It can happen even if I don't want it. It can. It can just happen. It's probably more likely to happen in the next couple of years if I keep doing the YouTube thing. Other thing is, you also don't need to work super hard to get shit. You also don't need to struggle to get shit. You also don't need to sacrifice to get shit. And you don't need to put that much effort in to get shit. You don't need to do all this stuff to get stuff. You can actually just use a lot of money to promote things and just fuck around and have a good time, and you can actually make it sometimes even faster than if you work hard and try to like pinch pennies. It's just like, dude, we're gonna just take like 25% of all of our paychecks and we're just gonna promote the shit out of this thing. And they just do that, and then like all of a sudden they're like, how does this guy have so many followers? Did you know that he just promotes the shit out of his stuff? And they go, I bet he does, fucking dickhead. And they're like, yeah, but it's really working. And they're like, fuck, man, we can't do that. And they're like, sure you can. Sure you can. You can just fucking just spend a lot of money on goddamn promotion and just watch your shit flourish. And stop working so fucking hard. Like, what did he do? I just copied everything that one fucking online coach said to do. I just copied all of it for how to, like, blow up in 6 months. I copied it, and then I added more money than he said to. It fucking happened in 4. And you're like, oh, gross. Yeah, fucking, now he's got a dope car, and he doesn't worry about bills. Suffering isn't beneficial for you. Suffering is not beneficial. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer. You can, and sometimes you will, but you don't have to suffer to kick ass. Me running around and exercising all the fucking time and like eating right, I'm not suffering, man. And it's not that goddamn bad. Even fasting. Fasting's fucking cool if you do it for a little while. Fasting fucking feels good. You don't have to do that. Yeah. Um, and, 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 and things don't have to cost a lot of money. Things that are free can be worth it. Things that are expensive, things that are, things don't have to cost a lot of money. You don't have to invest lots of money for something to be worth it either. But honestly, things that you do invest in are often worth it because you've made the investment. There's just a lot of psychological barriers put in their way. My live stream is at its best when you keep it positive. I agree. Whitest Night, that's not bad. Whitest Night's funny. Hey, you don't have to change your name, man. Keep your name whatever you want to keep it. Moshe Kasher liked my comment on Instagram today. I died. Someone will say that about you one day. Oh, oh! Yo, there was somebody on the chat yesterday that it said Tim Trueheart fan was the name. I think I didn't screenshot it. I should have screenshot it. I would have been such a little just put a little pep in my step. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah, I'm so silly. I like it. You like that silly shit. I be spitting so much truth. I be spitting the truth. I'm a wascally wabbit spitting damn truth. Where is the oh snap, dog. Oh snap, I almost lost it. Just so you guys know, we got the new microphone coming in the mail soon. It's already been shipped. I'm gonna have a lav mic. I can't wait for the audio to get better, yo. Okay. Okay. So remember this. Your mind is a survival mechanism. Your mind's a survival mechanism, and your mind uses your emotions. Your brain. Your brain uses your emotions, and those emotions become thoughts, right? And one emotion can one emotion from one little thing can create a domino effect of 1,000 thoughts, a 10,000 thoughts, and that can come from one single emotion. So when you're in school and you make a mistake in the chalkboard, what's 14 minus 13, and you go 2 and it's 1, and then everybody laughs and they go, you stupid. That one feeling of embarrassment and shame can turn into 1,000 thoughts that you keep thinking and that resonate and ripple and have a butterfly effect, and you will feel like you're stupid forever because you won't remember this happening when you're 30 years old. It'll have went deep down into your subconscious unconscious mind, but you will always feel this weird thing of like your own stupidity, and that's from a fucking emotion that you had way back in the day. See, you got to be aware of, like, and this is the thing, you can't teach that to a kid. But a lot of times people get these things in them when they're kids, and they don't understand why they can't close a business deal. What the fuck's going on here? Well, because you think you're stupid subconsciously. You got to get that shit off the fucking table. So this is the thing. This is the thing. So what we have to do is we have to now, because you got me telling you, and I mean I'm a normal guy. So if a normal guy could tell you this, and you can listen to this, great. That means that this information is part of the zeitgeist. Thank you that this information is part of the zeitgeist. Again, as I repeat myself. So please, when you feel a certain type of way about something, just let that be just an emotion and acknowledge that emotion, feel that emotion, and then feel it, acknowledge it, and let that emotion pass. It won't last for more than 15, 20 minutes. It won't. Even if your mom just died, you're not going to feel sad for 4 straight hours. You won't. You won't. Chemically, you won't. It'll go away for 5 or 10 minutes here and there in that 4 hour span. It'll go away. But if you let it run its course, it will go away. And then try to be like, okay, and then relieve yourself from it, so acknowledge it, and then when it comes back, it won't come back quite as hard, and then over time it'll start to diminish and diminish, no matter what emotion it is. But don't let the emotion conquer you, and then let it spiral and crescendo into a domino effect of thousands and thousands of thoughts, because those thoughts will overcome you. They'll become a self-fulfilling prophecy, and then you'll turn into a punk. You can't be no punk. You can't be no punk because there's dudes out there that ain't punking out for shit. There's dudes out there that are not punking out, men and women, they're not punking out at all, and they're ready to go, and they're smart off the jump, and they're gifted, and they're ready to rock. And they're not making no mistakes. They're going nigga no shorts, no losses every day, waking up early, running uphill with weight vests and shit, and ankle weights. And they don't give a fuck, and they never miss a meal, and they do all their nutrient timing, they cover their macros, they weigh their fucking food, and they know all sorts of shit. They got hunter eyes, high cheekbones, wide jaws, big thick cocks, and they don't give a fuck about your feelings. And you can't compete with those assholes unless you try. And you gotta try. You gotta goddamn try. That's the fucking thing. Because you can close the gap. We want to close the goddamn achievement gap. But you can't let your emotions get over you. You can't let your emotions get you, man. You can't. Because this is the thing. The same dude that I'm talking about, the same woman, Gwyneth Paltrow, she still worries that she's stupid and ugly and people don't like her. She still wonders if her breath stinks right before she walks out on stage. She still wonders that. She still is like, why do my farts stink so bad? Gwyneth Paltrow thinks that. If you think otherwise, you got it twisted, yo. They think that stuff. Everybody is subject to all the same things internally, because that is what it is to be a human. When you feel some weird way, just ask, why am I feeling this way? What for? What is this? What's the goal behind this emotion? What's the goal behind this emotion? What is this for? What is this for? What is this for? Just do it like a little kid. Like when they go, why? Yo, what is this for? What is this for? Again and again and again until you get to the basic feeling and the basic idea. And then eventually you'll realize why it's so silly. The thing that you're fixating on and worried about. You'll be like, oh man, I'm worried. Like, you're worried they don't like you? You worried they don't like you? Guess what? You didn't like them anyway. T.I. said that in one of his songs. He goes, why I'm worried about them niggas? I didn't like them niggas anyway. I didn't even like, what am I tripping on you for? I didn't even like you anyway. Why do I worry about you when I didn't even like you? Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. You gotta go, so you go, what for? Why do I feel this? Why do I feel that? And why do I feel that? And just keep doing it. You'll get to where you'll get to where you're cool with it before you even get to the end of the exercise. So if you want to like open yourself up and chill yourself out, try that. Try that one. And also, remember I said, look at yourself from not like when you think something, look at the thought you thought. Think about that. Be metacognitive with your operation. Yep. The higher we get, the freer we get. What the world calls spiritual awareness, intuition, and growth of consciousness, that's what we're going for. The higher we get, the freer we get. We got to get high on our energy. We want to raise up our social consciousness. We want to become that. This is the common experience of everybody who surrenders their negative feelings. Surrender your negative feelings, ascend up the scale of consciousness and become more and more conscious. We're going to get closer to God, to heaven, to eternity, to transcendence, to the event horizon, to whatever's on the other side of the black hole, to the sun. That which is impossible to see or experience at lower levels of consciousness becomes self-evident and stunningly obvious at higher levels. That's why I have to stay on the high road, the high level. I cannot be bogged down by helplessness, hopelessness, sadness, despair, apathy, grief. No, I don't like hate. It's not for me. I'm all about love. My name is Tim Trueheart. I'll be back again tonight at 10 p.m. for another live stream. We're going to be silly on that live stream all day. All right, thank you guys so much. Hour and 43 minutes. I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell if you haven't already on my subscription. I thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I'll see you tonight at 10, and then I'll be back again on Sunday at 7 p.m. I love you, and peace. Let me close it out now. Sorry. Peace. This thing doesn't want to go off. They want me to keep going. There we go. All right, y'all. Peace.